right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem HaKakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders who never left the flock and continue to feed the flock. Salutations to Yakim who go out, fellow laborers, teaching this truth in all sincerity, waking up the hopeful elect. Shalom. It's the brother Tawabash from the Great Millstone Northwest Camp, just on our way to camp, actually. And, I was just watching some videos on RT about how North Korea and the United States can't ever come to no type of agreement. And, the U.S. wants to take away everybody else's right to protect themselves because they want to remain the bully. They have no more power left, right? Everybody's woken up to the fact that this Babylon the Great whore is worthless, and that she's worn out, and they can do this without her. So the U.S. is doing everything it can to be a bully and try to submit everybody physically to their rulership, rather than them actually being the lead power. Because you got China, who's killing the U.S. in trade, and that's why the U.S. keeps putting sanctions on them, right? The U.S. keeps putting sanctions on China because China is killing the game right now, right? You got backdoor deals going on with Saudi Arabia and France. They're still doing arms deals behind the back doors, right? So you got the U.S. who pulled out of the INF treaty. I'm gonna keep bringing that up because that was what was keeping Iran from building all these nukes. Now, okay, so now they're not stopping building these nukes, but the U.S. still want to control what they're doing. They still want to try to stop them from building these nukes, and that's ludicrous, right? You can't pull out of a treaty and then be like, nah, you still ain't gonna make nothing. That don't make no sense. But that's exactly how this devil is, right? Scriptures say that when he wake up in the morning, he practices his wickedness, right? When the morning is light, right, he practices his wickedness, and roughly paraphrasing. And that's this devil, man. He can't sleep unless he gets up and performs some kind of ritual that's on the left-hand side, so he gets his power. And that's where all their power comes from, is the left-hand spiritual side, right? But the Most High said, go ahead and build it up because he's going to tear it down. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man, they're done playing with Esau, right? Because, hey, they're done with 2/3 of their own, the nation of Israel. How much more you other nations, right? Especially Esau, right? He said he hates Esau. And if the Most High hates Esau, right, that's a powerful hatred. That's a side of hatred you don't want to be on. Because the Most High, man, he's not a man that he should lie, and his word shall not come back unto him void. And he prescribed utter destruction and desolation for the nation of Edom, wherever you may be, Europe, Brazil, right? We gonna hunt you out of the clefts of the rocks, as the scriptures say. Lord willing, we're a part of that number. So, hey, you can continue on in your wickedness and all these lies and all this, all this stuff you're doing. It ain't gonna change anything, right? Because you can exalt yourself on high, but though as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So he's gonna continue to be wicked, and he's gonna continue in his evil ways. But guess what? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is done playing that game. Right, there's gonna come a time when he sends his fishers and turns them into hunters, and those hunters, man, they gonna tear you Edomites up, man. Lord willing, like I said, we're a part of that number, because that would be a glorious day. Happy is the man who to get to see the death of his enemies, man. Roughly paraphrasing all these scriptures. I'm driving, so I can't pull them up at the moment. But man, when you start watching the video, your spirit get on fire. You start watching the things that are going on in this world. It should motivate you to be pissed off and call this devil out on his wickedness, because that's what's tearing down this stronghold, is the men of the Lord, the spiritual men of the Lord, going out prophesying of pestilence, of wars, of great kingdoms, right? As we are commanded to, as our ancestors did before us, right? Because the Most High, man, he's powerful, and he's got utter destruction prescribed for the United States of America, and it's rightfully so, because the scriptures also say that you cannot build on polluted land that is polluted with blood, and it can't be cleansed except for it be cleansed by the blood of them that shed the blood in the first place. So the Most High, man, he got y'all in a trick bag. Y'all building yourself up, thinking everything's all good and hunky dory, but he's about to mess all that up. You might as well forget about that, because it's over, man. Most High is done using you as his whooping stick, man. What do you do with you tell your son to go get a switch off a tree, and you whoop his ass real good, and then when you're done whooping his ass, what you do with that switch? You put that in a burn pile, right? This is through, and that's exactly what's going on with you, Esau. You know, he's done with the whooping stick, and now it's time for the nation of Israel to rule in righteousness. So this was just a quick hit. I was just riding, and Spirit hopped on me, man, to just kind of bring out some of those facts, and we all know we still got the one Guido, the one white boy, Juan Guaido, still trying to pull a coup. The U.S. is using him to pull that coup de grace in Venezuela, man. In Venezuela, we know what you're going for, Esau. You want his riches. You want the riches out of that place. You want the resources, right? Because the people at the top still got money. It's the people at the bottom that are eating rats and roaches and grass, and you know what I'm saying? Like, those are the people that are struggling. But they don't want your help, man. They know you. They know what you're about, man. The whole world knows what you're about. They don't want your help unless they're Jake, like Puerto Rico's dumbass, right? They don't want to lose those goods they've been getting, so they gonna kiss Esau's ass to the end. But Ephraim has always been that way. You know what I'm saying? Praying unto idols, and it's always been that. And Judah as well. Judah's always been that backsliding, ignorant, lazy, you know what I'm saying? And the Most High's not dealing with that either, man. It's the time of slack is done. It's time to tighten up, gird up your loins like a man, come out and profess this word unto these nations. Because why? Israel is spread out throughout these nations, right? It's time to wake up the elect, and for this kingdom to be torn down and the kingdom of Israel to be established. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. Again, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, and Shalom, Akim.